Hello and welcome to Grand Plays, another game of Lord of the Rings, the living card game by Fantasy Flight Games. Today we are still trying to track down Gollum um, on the conflict at the Carrock, which is the second adventure pack from the Mirkwood cycle. So we've just finished the hunt for Gollum, and the signs have led us here to to the Carrock with Grimbeorn's quest. While searching for Gollum in the Anduin Valley, you receive word that a group of trolls have come to the Carrock. Add the Carrock to the staging area, remove 4 unique troll cards and 4 copies of Sacked from the encounter deck and set them aside. Out of play, then shuffle 1 Sacked card per player back into the encounter deck. Okay, so let's do that now. Just shuffle that in there. Right, and I think I'm going to mulligan this hand. It may be prove fatal because of that Dunedain mark, but I've got no way of putting it out just yet. There we go. So not so bad starting. So as this area is under the watch of the Beornings, you seek out their leader, Grimbeorn the Old, and discover he has already set out in a rage. You follow, hoping to find him before he confronts the trolls. So let's start things off. I'm gonna do nothing this turn, and I'm gonna quest with Eowyn for 4, and we're up against 5, so we gain 1 threat, but that's nothing too bad. I'm going to attack with Dunhir, who's attacking for 3. 3 against 1, that's 2 damage against that Marsh Adder. And there's no travel, so actually I'll activate Denethor's ability before I forget. I need to keep remembering to do that if he's ready. Yeah, we'll leave that in there because we don't want to make too much progress on here, but we also want to keep our threat down as well. So, new phase. I'll pay 1 to put out a Song of Kings on Denethor. Now I'll pay 2 for a Steward of Gondor on the Steward of Gondor. So he actually has the title. Then I'll pay 3 resources to put out a Galadrim's Greeting to drop my threat down to 21. And that's that. So questing, I'll quest for 4 again. We're against 5, 7, so raise me threat by 3. We'll travel to the River Langford. Dunhir attacks for another 2 points of damage on the Marsh Adder. Denethor goes prone. And we've got the Bee Pastures, which is great at this point, because I'll be able to get out Grimbeorn the Old once that's finished with, and I'll give 2 more resources to Denethor for Steward of Gondor. I'll pay 3 to put out a copy of the Rivendell Minstrel. So look at all cards and pull out a Song of Travel. I'm hoping to get the Dunedain marks fairly soon. I'll pay 1 more to play a Song of Travel, and then questing for 4, 6 against 1, 4, 6 will break even. Dunhir attacks, puts another 2 points damage on the Marsh Adder. Denethor goes prone to check the top card of the encounter deck. Banks of the Anduin, that's fine. So new phase. I'll trigger Steward Gondo, and then I'll pay 1, 2, 3, 4 resources for a copy of the Northern Tracker, and then quest for 1, 2, 4, 6, 7 against 7, but that gets progress token on it. And then done here attacks the marsh at it, kills it. Wait, no, what I'll do is I'll strip 1 token off to drop Gandalf into play to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3, and he bounces back to me hand. Done here attacks. Victory displays that, and then Denethor activates his ability. Surges his going to attack. I'll replace that down at the bottom, the encounter deck. New phase. Trigger that. What do I want to do? I'm going to pay 4 resources to play that. And play another copy of, replay the copy of Galadrim's Minstrel, Galadrim's Greeting, to reduce my threat back down to 21. And I'll pay 3 resources to put out another Rivendell Minstrel. Pull out another song, close and shuffle my deck. And questing, I'll send 4, 5, 7 to the quest. And we're up against, that goes, that gets a progress token on it, so we're up against 2, 3, 5, so send 7, so we'll make 2 progress. I'll pitch a card, I'll pitch the extra Song of Kings to explore the River Lang Flood, and that goes, but I'll activate its effect, so after you travel to B, oh no, it's travel there, oops, I messed up, oh well, hopefully Grimbeon will pop up eventually. I always thought that was once you've explored it, but never mind. We'll re-travel to the River Lang Flood, and I'll activate Denethor's ability. We've got another B-pass just coming, so that's fine. So, refresh. Trigger Steward Gondo. Pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a hard copy of Gandalf. and draw 3 more cards. Still nothing there. Right. Okay, questing for 5 against 4. We'll make 1 progress. And that gets another progress on it. New turn. Gandalf goes. Trigger that. Got 2 more resources. So pay 1 to put an ancient madam down. Questing for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 against 2, 3, 4, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. We're up against 6. That goes there. So goes back to the top of the encounter deck. That's explode. Oh no, it's not. We haven't resolved yet. We're busy resolving now. So we're up against 2, 4, 5 against 1, 2, 1, 3, 5, 9 against 5 is 4, so that's 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that goes. I draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. That goes. We'll travel to Bee Pastures and activate its response to pull out Grimbeon the Old. And there he is, the old Grim. We'll shuffle that up. Can't do anything against that hill troll at the minute, so return. Trigger Steward. I'll then pay 1, 2 resources to hire out Iridamark's Finest, and then another 1 for Ancient Madams, and then questing for 4, 8, 9 against 1, 2, 4. That's 5. No, I don't want to make that much progress, so I'll hold back both my minstrels. So we're up against 2, 4 against 5. 2 gets soaked up there, and 3 here. That goes. I draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. And we may as well travel to the banks. There's no reason not to. Start again. I'll trigger a steward. I'll pay 1 for a copy of Dunedain Mark on done here, so he's now swinging for 4 in this staging area. I'll then pay 8 resources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to bring Grimby on down and help out. I'll then pay another 1, 2, 3 resources for the Spirit Variety, the Plague Ladrum's Greeting, and drop her down to below secrecy level, which is 20 threat. So now I'm still a little bit more apprehensive. I want to get at least another Dunedain mark on before we progress. So I'll send 4 to the quest, and we're up against 2, 4, 5. I may as well pitch a card so it will break even. Then done here strikes to kill the Goblin Sniper, and new turn. Trigger Steward. I'll pay 3, 4, 5 resources to play Gandalf and draw 3 cards. Oh, that's discard, that's the wrong one. I want to draw many and change that to 3. Okay, well I got the unexpected courages, which is alright, and now I will quest for 4, 5, and I'm up against 2, 4, 5. We'll break even. So with that being said, we're broke even. Let's see, now then, how can I deal with this troll? He would do 1 damage keeping him down. If I engaged him, Grimby could defend, taking 3 damage. Then swing him back for 4, 8, 7, 8, 11. It's possible we could do that actually, so why not? I'll do that. So, deal him a shadow card, he attacks Grimby the old. No shadow effect, he does 3 points of damage. Gandalf, Grimby. So there's 8, 11, 12, which is what we need to kill him. And that's turn, that's the end of the turn. So Gandalf goes back there into the discard, new turn. I'll trigger Steward of Gondor, and then I will start off by paying 2 resources for a copy of Unexpected Courage. I'll then pay 1 resource for a copy of Ancient Matham. I'll then pay another 2 resources for another Ancient Matham. I'm done here. So now I'm not so bothered about questing through. So I'll quest for 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 against 2, 4, 6. I'll send that as well. So that's 3, 5, 9 against 6. That's 3 progress. I'll pitch a card. So that's 10 against 6. So that makes 4. Clearing the banks of the Anduin and putting 1 point on there. And then that goes back to the top of the encounter deck. I draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. And travel to the River Langflood, because why not? That would have been explored. So that would have took another point out of the staging area, so that would have come, so that won't be the active location, it'll be the Carrock. because of the quest card here. States after placing the 7th progress token on Grimbion's quest, the Carrock becomes the active location. Discard the previous active location from play. Well, it wasn't one because we just finished it. So, and then we'll move on to quest phase 2. You approach the Carrock and find that the trolls have been watching you from the top of the Rocky River landmark. As you approach, the trolls close in and attack. When revealed, place the unique troll cards previously set aside into the staging area. So we get Lewis, we get Morris, we get Rupert, and we get Stuart. Now none of these can come down and engage us, so let's have a look. So I'll attack for 4, placing 2 damage on 3 of them. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then I'll activate Denethor's ability. Take a look at the top card of the encounter deck. It's Banks of the Anduin, that's fine. So no, it's only 1 damage because all troll enemies get +1 defense, so my bad for taking it a little bit further than it needed to. But we'll start the next turn, and I'll activate Steward of Gondor to get 2 more resources. And let's see, do I need? I'll pay 3 resources for a Daughter of the Nimrodil. And then another 2 resources for another Unexpected Courage. So questing, I'll send 4, 8, 9. I'll send 9, 10 against 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Now I've sent 2, 4, 6, 10, 11. So we'll break even. But this gets a progress token on it. Should I have it one from last turn? I'm not going to bother because I don't 100% know. So then I'll attack with done here and put 1 more progress damage on each of these trolls. And then I'll activate Denethor's ability. And new turn. There we go, that's what I like to see. I'll gain that and I'll pay 1 for another Dunedain mark. I'm done here to increase his attack to 4 and then 5 when he's attacking in the staging area. I'll now pay 1, 2, I'll keep 1 of the resources on Denethor, so, and then 3 resources to play a copy of Ladrum's Greeting, taking us down to 17 threat. I'll pay, and then questing, I'll send 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 again. And then for here, raise each player struck by the total threat of the stage, all cards in the staging area. I'll discard a creature, me Riddermark's Finest, to cancel that. So 11 against 11 will break even. And I'll attack again with all 4 of the trolls. So that's 5, so that's 2 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage. Even though they've got, because they get +1 from there, so that would have also had another point on it, and so would the banks. New phase. 2 more of that. Now then, let's have a look. What do I want to do? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 for another Northern Tracker. And I'll pay 1, 2 for a copy of the West Road Traveller. And now questing, we'll send 4, 8, 10, 12, and that puts 1, 2, 1, 2, and brings out Gladden Field, so that gets discarded. That goes back on top of the encounter deck. These move along. So we're up against 2, 4, 6, 8, 11, and I've sent 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. We make 1 point of progress. Do I want to discard anything? Not at this point in time, so that's fine by me. And then I'll attack again with all 4 attacks that he's got to put 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and activate Denethor's ability. Scry the top card of the encounter deck. Banks of the Anduin and new phase. Trigger Steward. I want to pay 1, 2, 3, 4 for a copy of that. Look at all discards, and then pull out another copy of my Galadrim's Greeting and drop my threat down to 13. And now questing for 4, 8, 10, 12, 14, and then that gets 2 progress, so we're up against 8, 9, 12, and I've sent 14, that's 2 progress. I'll ditch a card to put 1 more on it, and now attacking again 4 times, putting 2 more damage on each of these trolls. New phase. Trigger Steward. I'll pay 1, 2, 3, 4. Do another copy of Dwarven Tomb. Look at all cards. Pull out the Galadrim's Greeting again to drop my threat down to 8. Then I'll pay 2 to pull out another West Road Traveller. So now for questing, I'll send 4, 8, 12, 16, which puts another 2 points there and a 2 points there. That gets removed. And we're up against 8, 10, 11 against 16. That's 5, so that's 2 on there and 3 on there. This is removed, so the defences go back down. Travel, well, I may as well travel to the Oakwood Grave, because really why not? Combat was still under threat, so these guys don't attack, but I will be attacking them. Again, each of them for 3 this time. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And they are all dead as doornails. And that is the mission completed. Players cannot defeat this stage if there are any troll enemies in play. There are none. So we have won the conflict at the Carrock. Now that was much easier than the attempt I had before, mainly because of the Dunedain marks. I thought that early hill troll would have caused with some problems, but it didn't, thanks to Grimbeorn. And for complete score, we got 148, 15 rounds, 8 threat, no damage on heroes, no dead heroes, and 10 victory points. And that's how the deck's supposed to work. It's supposed to keep enemies up in the staging area for Dunhere to snipe them. Getting those 3 unexpected courages on them so he could attack 4 things in the staging area was a big help. And yeah, so that's conflict at the Carrock. Definitely a harder quest if you take into account if you've got a higher threat cost, you can have all 4 of those engage you at once. It can be a bit dicey, but other than that, it's pretty simple. It's a good quest, I enjoy it. But that's all from me this time, because I don't think there's any cards left in the encounter deck that we need to look at. Let's just have a quick look. That one can, roasted slowly, can certainly be a pain if you get a copy of the sacked card on you. Where is our copy of the sacked card? There it is. We never really saw that come out. But with roasted slowly, it can be a bit of a nasty card. But other than that, the Mukadas, if the Mukada damages a character, discard that character from play. We never really had any of them come out. Obviously we had the hill troll, well, a hill troll. We had a goblin sniper pop out, but it didn't last long. But yeah, if you get, the only main fault I had was the bee pastures at the beginning of the game, where I thought was when you leaves play search the encounter deck, but it's when you, after you travel to bee pastures. So yeah, it was a fun quest. I enjoyed it this time, and I'll see you in the next episode.